What are the easiest countries in the world to immigrate to get that second residence permit and to be able to live in for as long as you'd like? In today's video, I'm going to share with you not only some countries you should consider, but some ideas you should consider as well. I'm Henderson, and we've received hundreds of thousands of views just to one or two blog posts about how to get easy second residencies, how to get quick second passports. People love the idea of easy. And why not? We talk about go where you're treated best. So in this video, I'm going to share some countries that are relatively easy, but let me ask you a few questions. Let me give you a few things to consider before you go on getting that easy second residency, because a lot of folks who chase easy rarely get the result they want. For example, it's relatively easy to be approved for Panama's Friendly Nations visa if you are from the US, from the UK, from Australia. The procedure may be a little frustrating at times, but you're going to be approved in all likelihood. But if you're doing that because you think you're going to get a passport in 5 years, I can show you a lot of people who have been there for 10 and even 15 years who don't have their passport. So chase results, don't chase easy. The things to consider are this. What is easy for you? What is it specifically that you're looking for? Are you looking for an easy procedure, i.e. you show up, you fill out one or two forms, it's easy? Are you looking for a low investment? You don't want them to ask you to invest a lot of money or to buy property. Are you looking for something easy in that you don't have to spend a lot of time there to maintain your residency? There's a no physical presence requirement. Everyone's easy is different. And so what you have to ask yourself is, what are you trying to accomplish? If it's a low physical presence requirement, it might be, hey, I just want to go and get set up over there and then go back and collect my passport later. 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. If it's, I don't want to invest a lot, maybe you want to live there, but you don't have a lot to invest right now. If it's, I want low tax, okay, well, how does that play into the equation? These are all things that you need to ask yourself. And you also need to ask yourself, who are you to them? I was just in Montenegro recently, and they were talking about how some Turkish people, in their opinion, gamed the system. And now they're making it more difficult for Turks, whereas if you're British or if you're American, it's still very easy. And so how a lot of countries will work is they'll say, we're here. If we view you as being here, it's easy. If we view you as being here, it's not easy. If you are a country, a nationality that they don't like, they will make your life difficult. So it's really hard to say, here's the one easy residence for everyone. These are all things you need to think about. And the other thing is, everything's easy and nothing's easy in the same sense. If you've done something, if you have experience with something, it's going to be a lot easier than just doing it for the first time. But down to the countries. Generally speaking, the Americas, Central America, South America, these are more open. The Americas have been open for immigration for a long time. They're more open to it, far more so than Asia or even parts of Europe. So that's where a lot of people are going to start when they want easy. If it's easy procedures, low investment, that's where they're going to go. Countries like Ecuador, countries like Guatemala, countries like Nicaragua, these have programs. You bring a pension, you put a little bit of money in the bank, relatively straightforward. Panama, the same. Colombia, you start a business. You don't even have to put the money in the business for a while in order to get it to run. So those are countries where it's a low minimum investment. Armenia, other countries like that are coming up. If you want an easy procedure, consider Malaysia, for example. If their MM2H program, you get set up. Now, they're always talking about canceling it. So this is the challenge with this stuff, is that programs do come and go when they're easy. That's the price of easy. That's the price of cheap, is things don't stay the same as often. But Malaysia, I've gone through that procedure. You fill out a couple forms, you wait a couple months, you come back, you bring your passport, you pay a little bit of money, you're in and out like nothing you've ever seen. Those are some countries that I think are definitely worth considering. And if you're a successful person, if you're that 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur that we talked to, what I would consider in terms of easy is saying, you know what, I'm going to pay a little bit more for the consistency. I'm going to go and get one of the perhaps European golden visas in a country like a Latvia, where I'm just going to put some money in the bank, I'm going to fill out a few forms, I'm going to lock that money up, and then they're going to give me a temporary residence permit. And if I want to make it permanent later, I can. if you don't have a lot of money and you're just trying to get started, the Mexicos, there's another one, Mexico, Guatemala, basically all the way down. I mean, Nicaragua, if you have a couple $1,000s a month, or not even in some cases, I think in Peru it's $800 a month for a single person. All those countries have various programs. You bring your pension, you bring some kind of income, you put in a nominal bank account. Paraguay, $5,200, you get a residence permit. But if you have a bit more money, the challenge with those programs is the laws can change. Somebody asked me recently, he said, hey, I'm thinking of doing this thing in Vanuatu, where after 10 years I can get citizenship, I barely have to be there, but what if they change the law? I said, yeah, they're gonna change it. I promise you in 10 years they'll change it. You can't just go to Vanuatu twice in 10 years and get a passport. It won't happen. And so the challenge with these cheap, easy, fast, do nothing, invest nothing programs is that, what's going to happen in a year? Are they going to renew that permit? If you go to Nicaragua and they say, hey, you have to spend 183 days, but we don't really check and we don't really care, what happens when you go and you've relied on that as a paper residence, and then you go and they don't renew you? Where do you go then? What happens when they say, you know what? We've been changing our policy, and we no longer want to give citizenship to people who invested nothing and spent no time here. That happened in Uruguay. People thought it was so easy, and I know people personally who went to Uruguay, they spent a little bit of time, and they said, hey, 3 years, where's my passport? The judge said no. So I like a country like a Latvia. I like a country where you're going to invest, let's say, $250,000 or €250,000. Even in a Georgia, okay, invest $100,000. Even in Malaysia, $75,000 roughly in the bank. Just put it in the bank. That's pretty easy to me because they're not chasing you every year to file some kind of tax return. They're not chasing you to come in and renew your permit. They're not, chasing you to do lots of difficult stuff. When I bought a house in Montenegro, I go to renew my residence every year. It literally takes 5 minutes. I come back, pick up the card, takes another 5 minutes. That's the kind of easy that I want. And if you can afford to do that, if you can afford to make a real estate investment, if you can afford to put some serious money in the bank, I like to level up above some of the very, very easy, very low price programs because I think you'll get a lot better results. And if it's a passport you want, I'll have a lot more confidence that those programs will actually pay off for you. Definitely something to consider when you look for easy before looking for the result.
I'm Andrew Henderson, and if you're looking for a way to legally reduce your taxes, build your freedom, and create wealth faster as a global citizen, then you've come to the right place. I want you to do 3 things right now. Number 1, click the button to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to get notifications so you never miss a new video. Number 2, get a copy of our #1 best-selling book, Nomad Capitalist, on Amazon and learn all the dozens of benefits of our lifestyle. And number 3, if you're already a 6- or 7-figure entrepreneur and you want to put these strategies in place, go to nomadcapitalist.com and find out how to get some help.